No. Pretty good for decaf. Yeah. Why is it so uneven? I don't get it. It would have been so good too. No.
Championship the next year because of COVID. Third year in a row here.
So aesthetic.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What's this for? Cái máy á.
I'm currently in the middle of something so important.
Keep talking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gonna come back and be like, wow. This is so perfect. This is so perfect.
Is he okay?
This is so perfect. Cái gì? Trash.
Ủa tôi nhớ bông hoa đó chị đi làm vô kìa. Dạ. go get frozen yogurt after.
Oh, it's kind of bad. Why is it so bad?
Sư làm xì đen từ đây. Có trong phòng mình đã tiêu rồi. Ba về. Thank you, sister.
This is Vietnamese coffee. It's kind of strong. How bad? Big lemon.
Oh, she.
More. Heavier.
Yeah. Ủa chị làm cái tiếng nào đi, tưởng chị đi làm cái kia á. Don't film it, don't film it. She professional.
I thought this is your YouTube. Yeah.
I think this one. Chia sẻ không? Chị bỏ cái tay chị ra coi. Oh, we're such fatty.
Cái bỏ vô ly này nha.
Yeah.
Đó, đó.
Bye bye.
Chiều nha.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty good. Maybe a little too thick right here, but like, I don't know. I should have started sooner maybe. Excuse me?
Có YouTube gì vậy ta? Anh nó có YouTube channel.